A lot has been changing in the world of slow pitch jigging, and a lot of it has been centered around slow pitch jigging reels. So today, I'm gonna go over 4 of the reels that have been released at ICAST, some of the newest innovative things that are on the market today, not to forget the one you guys have been asking me about over and over again on our Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You guys are saying, what is this level wind reel? Well, guess what? I'm gonna reveal that to you guys today. Stick around. So since we started slow pitch jigging years ago, a lot has changed in the world of slow pitch jigging. Things are getting lighter, more technical, better gearing. Instead of just using whatever it is that we've had available to us, now we're getting reels that are designed to do one thing, and that is jig. So when it comes to reels in general, there's a lot of rules of thumb that we're looking for. We want it to be specific to what we're doing. So if you're popping, if you're throwing stick baits, you want a spinner, you want a certain reel that you can cast. If you're trolling, you need something with line capacity, and the size of the line capacity can change based on what fish you're actually targeting. In the world of slow pitch jigging, there's a lot of changes that can go on during a day, from depths to what fish you're targeting. And these reels are specific to those species as well as those depths. Today, I'm going to dig into 4 of the newest, hottest reels on the market. What are their benefits and what makes it good for the fishery you're fishing in? So the first we're going to talk about, Accurate. So what has Accurate done with the Valiant to change it for the world of slow pitch jigging? Handle looks the same. And just from a quick glance, you're like, okay, nothing huge different here. However, there is some changes that have been made internally in this reel, and then one change on the outside that makes this reel special for slow pitch jigging. So the first thing you're going to notice is this button right here. So that's a drag stop, right? So what I say is that's your strike position. Anything past the button, now you're in the red zone, right? So this is whenever you're trying to put the brakes on a big fish that could possibly going into a reef. So I've seen guys jigging in the red zone, big fish hits, reel goes out of hand, you lose the whole outfit to the bottom of the ocean. So this stop right here is a great feature just to keep you from making mistakes. The second thing that Accurate has done new about this reel is their cast technology they've added into the reel. There's a lot of jigging scenarios, especially on head boats, where you are going to pitch a slow pitch jig. What it's going to do for you is help you from backlashing, from getting bird's nests in your spool, and it's just going to make it a little bit easier for you to pitch a jig out and not have any issues. So kudos to Accurate for putting together some new technology in their reels. This is definitely going to be a winner all around. So this technology is not available just in the slow pitch jigging series, but they've got it in also the other series as well. So very cool reel. Definitely go check that out at JohnnyJigs.com. Next, the Daiwa Saltiga 35. So really, in the build world, Saltiga has been one of the best builds around. But as far as smoothness, Shimano really was reigning supreme until now. Daiwa has come out with the 35 Saltiga. This thing is specific to slow pitch jigging, and this thing is absolutely beautiful. Just the gold and the blue looks so nice. The next thing on the 35 is auto engage. So this was a reel that they were holding tight to the vest in Japan. We couldn't quite get it here in the US, and now they've released it, and it's just got the beautiful long arm that we're looking for in a slow pitch jigging reel. One of the most comfortable handles, and when it comes to smoothness, I don't know that there's a reel that's going to beat this one. So kudos to Daiwa for putting out the new 35. Thank you for bringing it into our market, and watch out Shimano, because here comes Daiwa. All right guys, so Akuma finally getting into a true slow pitch jigging reel, and not only did they do it, they're bringing it. So this reel in particular, I was able to fish on the Yankee Cap, as well as when I was out with Joe VT. He's been fishing this for a while. If you don't know who he is, he has a big channel on YouTube called Joe VT Fishing. And this reel is cool because of a few key points that they just absolutely nailed. First one is this trigger. I love a trigger on a slow pitch jigging reel. And the reason is it fits better in your hand. You get better control of the reel. And it's just something that works well for me personally. The next thing is the EVA handle. It's soft. It doesn't hurt your hands whenever you're fighting a fish or you're jigging all day. I know that on some reels, I start getting cramps in my hands. So they nailed it with that. Plus the long crank arm. And then the third feature that I just absolutely love about this reel, granted, I'm a lever drag guy. So lever drag really is the reels that appeal to me, but they were able to bend the lever over the reel to where you can actually engage with your left hand. So whenever you're fighting a fish, you're going to make minor tweaks to where you're going to back off of the drag. You're going to apply pressure to the drag. Now you have stopped winding on the fish and you're having to make adjustments with your right hand. So now you can have complete control moving on the fish as well as make some minor tweaks while in battle with a fish. Hey, Akuma, well done. This is a beautiful reel, and for the price point, you can't beat it. So now, guys, the moment you've been waiting for. We did not start with anything except for an idea and a wish list. We've been able to fish some of the most amazing reels from all the brands all over, and we have compiled a list of things that we love about these reels, things we don't love about these reels, and what we would really want in one of our reels. And that's where this reel was born from. So let me introduce to you guys the Johnny Jigs Pro Jigger PJM25. We have put everything that we have ever wanted in a reel into this piece of beautiful machinery. So the first thing that you'll notice is that it has a rubber handle. This handle fits perfectly in my hand. Why? Because we used my hand to mold this handle. The next thing you'll notice is that the crank arm on it has a curve going in. This was added to add balance to the reel. Another beautiful feature that has tugged at my heartstrings ever since I've been fishing this reel is the level wind. A lot of guys are like, whoa, why level wind? What do you need it for? And I can tell you this, as an experienced slow pitch jigging guy, I too, while working the jig, will tend to put line on one side or the other. So I have to be consciously thinking about level winding the reel while jigging. And then in addition to that, I can't put it in a novice or a new angler's hand because they're not going to pay attention to that. So the level wind, not only while jigging, but fighting the fish. So we're using a lot of times 20-pound tests, 15-pound tests. I'm going to Japan pretty soon. I'm going to have a reel spooled up with 10-pound tests. And this thin line just ends up cutting into your fingers. And if you're on a long haul, like a 3-day trip, by day 2, you're cutting into the grooves of your hands. And every time you reel up a fish or start level winding, just bringing up your jig, you're just pouring salt into the wound. So I've grown to love the level wind. The only issue was, how can we get it to be a weight class that is comparable to other reels that don't have level wind? And so what we did was some very creative engineering without compromising structure. We were able to actually shave weight down and get this baby to 21 ounces, which is incredible. It's got 33 pounds of drag. And when we're talking about drag, guys, you don't need 33 pounds of drag. But if you ever did, you're going to have it in this reel. It's a 6-to-1 gear ratio, and it also is 72-hour saltwater tested. So in other words, they submerge those things underwater for 72 hours and no issues with them. We have drag washers that are built in the United States, and we have just taken some of the best features of everything that we've ever wanted and packed it into one reel. You'll notice that it's a lever drag. It also has the arm curves over to where you can make those micro adjustments just like the Akuma while fighting a fish without having to take your hand off of the handle, and you can stay connected to the fish. In addition to that, the beautiful trigger that's right there on the front, and then a nice little pad for your thumb placement. So whenever you hold this reel in your hand, it's almost next to perfect whenever it comes to comfort. One last feature that I want to tell you guys about this is that it has a spool lock on the side. So a lot of guys are like, well, why not the clicker? And because the clicker doesn't serve a purpose for us in the jigging world, right? So clicker goes off, that means fish is on. It's like an alert, but we're continuously holding this in our hands. So when a fish gets on, we know it's on. So the spool lock, what that's going to do, say you get stuck on the bottom, or you just got a donkey fish that, or a shark or whatever it is that you just want to break off, instead of having a clicker, you just press that button, it locks the spool, and then you can pop off. Guys, thanks for watching. If you like our product reviews, I'm always digging into new slow pitch jigging gear, or what's new, what's hot, what's old, what's not working. And I want to give it to you guys the way that I feel will benefit you guys out on the water to where you can catch fish. So if you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. And we also have a podcast called Tapping Bottom with Johnny Jigs. So remember, guys, keep tapping that bottom and jig on.